Hi everyone, welcome back to another tutorial for American Truck Simulator. In this tutorial we're going to be working on a skin mod. I get questions from time to time about how to make color changing metallic skins, and I thought I'd put together this short video to explain how metallics work in the American Truck Simulator game and how to create a skin. For this one particular truck, we're going to work with the Kenworth, and I've already created this skin mod because I have other YouTube videos on how to create skin mods, and so I want to keep this one short and straight to the point. So what I've done, this skin was created for a John Ruda's 389. So I did this skin a little while back ago, and I've always liked the design of it, so I just kind of copied it and put it on this Kenworth. It's not really made for a Kenworth, but we'll just see how it looks when we're done. Alright, so let me explain about metallic skins and alpha layers. There's two things you need to know. You have a pure white and a pure black, and when I say pure white and pure black, white is, if we do the color picker, you can see here that pure white is 255 on the red channel, 255 on the green, and 255 on the blue. So this is a pure white. And at the same time, if we go to a pure black, black is 0 on the red, 0 on the green, 0 on the blue channels. And those are really important because white will not let, white is completely opaque and black is completely see-through. So anything that you want to be able to change the color on, you have to have a pure black, and anything that you want to preserve the elements of your skin needs to have a pure white layer over it. So in this one particular truck here, this is kind of how I wanted the skin to look. I want to be able to have a white secondary color, and I want this primary color to look sort of like a red metallic paint job. So what we need to do, we need to put this red on what's called an alpha layer, and when we put it on the alpha layer, basically the alpha layer, it sounds pretty technical, but basically what it means is the absence of color. We want this skin to be white with no color where this red is, because we're going to replace that in the game. So like I said, if we want a color to disappear, we have to make it all black. So if we go to our layer that has the red on it, it's real easy to do. You just select the layer, go up here to adjustments, and then where you see the hue saturation, click on this and you'll get 3 bars. And you can, this bottom slider, you can slide it to either make it completely dark or completely white. So in this case, if we were going to preserve this red color, we would have to make it completely white. But since we're going to make this red color see-through, we're going to make it completely black. So we've taken and made the color layer completely black, so we'll be able to change it inside the game. And we want the secondary color to stay white, so we'll leave this layer as it is. Now this Kenworth, if you noticed, this Kenworth has a black background on it, and it has a little bit of red, and then you have the white Kenworth in the center. And what I want to do, I want to preserve this like a decal, because this black, if we didn't preserve it, this black would disappear when we import it into the game, when we make the metallic skin out of it. So the easiest way to do that, see how it kind of disappears when we put the color layer on? We have to make what's called a bitmap channel. And we go to the layer that has this Kenworth logo on it, which is layer 5. And see, if we turn it off, the logo disappears. And what we want to do, we want to duplicate it. So we duplicate the layer. And now we want to make everything in this decal white. So in order to do that, we go back to our adjustments. We go down to hue/saturation, and we just turn our lightness all the way up. And now it's completely white. So what we're looking at right now is a bitmap channel. And that's how we're going to save it, as a bitmap channel. So we'll go to File, Save As, and let's see, let me put it in my picture folder. And remember, we want to save this as a bitmap. So right here it is. Alright, so we're going to save it as a bitmap, and we're going to just call this test. Before I save it, if you look down here, I've got this 8192 times 8192. I work at this size right here, but this needs to be resized to 4096 by 4096. So let me resize this real quick. Okay, you can tell it's quite a bit larger. This is still 4K. Alright, now we can save it as our bitmap. And then we'll rename it Test. Alright, so we saved it as a bitmap. Now we need to save a DDS copy of the skin. And since the only thing that we're going to do difference is we want this logo here to appear in the game as unchanged, we just simply hide the bitmap layer that we created. And now we have the Kenworth in it. And so we're just going to save this as the DDS file. So and it's just a test DDS, and we select save. Okay, so now we have a DDS skin file, and we have the bitmap file. And you need a program. It's called Dxt Bitmap, and it's free. It's free download on the internet. But you need this to create your alpha layer onto your DDS file. So if you don't have this already, you need to get it, you need to download it. And once you get it download, you open up your Dxt Bitmap, and you want to open up the DDS file that you just saved. Alright, so this is our test DDS file. And it's depending on the speed of your computer, it could take a few minutes for this to load in. Just be patient. But you'll notice it loads in real big. So just because you can't see all the graphic image, that's okay. But anyway, up here at the top, you're going to see a tab called Alpha. And you click on Alpha, and then you want to import the Alpha channel. And then the Alpha channel is always your bitmap. So we'll go back to where our bitmap, well, we created a bitmap. And here's our bitmap. It's called Test. And we open it, and notice your bitmap comes in up here. It shows you what your alpha channel is. So I can see that the bitmap is loaded. And then you have to compile it together to DDS along with the bitmap alpha channel. So it's real simple. Just hit File, Save as a DDS texture, and make sure you save as DDS Dxt5, and then select Save. And it's just going to replace that DDS file that you already created. So give it a few minutes for it to save. And then if we close that out and we go to, let's go to Files, whoops. And we'll go to our pictures and see now we have the test DDS file. So if we open this back into our paint program, now you can see that everything that had the color on it is now gone. So that's what I meant, that an alpha channel is just the absence of color. And so this will be our metallic part of our skin. And notice that I still have the Kenworth Decal on the back of the cab, and I still have my white. The Bitmap channel did not eliminate those. Alright, so now we need to create our skin mod. So if you'll just, okay, as I said before, you know, the alpha is just an absence of color. So we need to create a skin mod. And so I've already done that, but I'm going to show you how I did that real quick. I've shown this in other videos, and it's real simple. You just need 3 folders: a dev folder, a material folder, and a vehicle folder. And inside these folders, you have a certain tree file path, if you will, that must be correct. So in the vehicle folder, there's another folder called Truck, then Upgrade, and then Paint Job. Now this has got to be in this order: vehicle, truck, upgrade. It's got to be named the same. You can't change the capitalization. It's got to be all lowercase, got to be in this order. After Paint Job, you can change the files a little bit. So in this case, I've created a new folder and just called it KW900. And then inside this folder, I placed my truck skin in the TOBJ file. These have to be named the same, and the TOBJ file has to point to your skin. And I have another video on creating these TOBJ files, but do not edit this file inside a text editor. To make sure you use a hexadecimal editor. And there's a good one that comes with ATS Mod Studio. Just go to TOBJ editor, and you can edit the TOBJs using this. Very simple to do. Just make sure you always use an editor to edit that file. And then the vehicle file's done. Inside the def file, you got the same file structure. You got a vehicle, a truck, and then this Kenworth.W900. This is the stock SCS truck. And where I got that is if you go into, let's see, let me find the right folder here. If you unpacked your truck DLC from your game, and I've said this in another video, these are all the trucks that are inside the American Truck Simulator game. And I've got a folder for each truck, and I've already unpacked them. And as I said before, this is not really a video to show how to do that. I have made a video showing how to unpack these and where to find them and so forth. But anyway, here's the Kenworth W900, and you're going to see a similar file structure. If you go into the def folder, into the vehicle truck, it's going to show you what that truck's name is. In this case, it's Kenworth.W900. So these have got to match. That way it knows which truck to apply your skin to. And then if you go inside the Kenworth folder, you're going to find another folder called Paint Job, which is right here. And make sure it's spelled the same. It has to have the underscore paint underscore job. Paint underscore job. They have to match identically. And then inside the paint job, basically what I did, these are all the paint jobs that came with the stock ATS Kenworth 900. And what I did, I just picked a paint job at random and opened a file, and this had everything that I needed in it. It had, this was for metallic skin, and I know that because if you look down here at your base color locked is false, your flip color locked is false, and your flake color locked is false. So these are your three colors in the game, and if they're false, that means they're able to be changed. If they're locked, this will say true. Okay, and then also has the paint job mask that points to your skin. So basically what I did, I just created a copy of it, put it in my skin folder, and just renamed it the same as my DDS file, my skin file, which is KW900_test. And then you have to edit these to match your skin. So in this case, this first part right here matches the name of your file. So this KW900_test, here's KW900_test. They have to match. And then this Kenworth.W900 matches your truck file, which is right here, this Kenworth.W900. And then of course this is our paint job. Paint_job, paint_job. Alright, then I renamed it to metallic test. I left the price alone. I changed the unlock to 2. I kept the custom metallic icon just for simplicity. Make sure your airbrush is true. Make sure your flip flake is true. And then if you would like to change the colors, you're already going to be able to change them in game, but this is how the truck will first appear. These are the colors. So you have a flip color, you have a flake color, and then you have a base color. And here's your base color. And then this flake noise, you must have the flake noise in here, and this is the file path that I always use for my flake noise. And it's located in the ATS base folder. This is another way you can tell you have a metallic SII file, is because it has this flake noise there. And then just make sure that your base color, your flip color, and your flake color are all false. And you can play around. You'll notice you have some other settings in here. You got flake UV scale, flake density, flake shininess, flake clear coat, roll off. 99% of the paint jobs will be fine leaving these as is, but if you want to get a little bit more creative, by all means experiment with these. and make sure that your paint job mask matches the file path to your skin. So in this case, I added a folder called KW900, and my skin is called KW900_test, which matches my SI file. Doesn't have to, but I like to do that, just keep everything simple. And this is really important. Make sure this stock is false. If this stock is set to true, any changes that you make in the paint shop inside the game, if this is set to true, it will go back to where it was when you went into the paint shop once you exit out of the service center. So make sure that this is set to false. And that's it. So I've already changed all this. And so just make sure you create a skin mod. Just add the archive. And then I always like to select zip and then change the extension to SCS. Hit OK, and then copy it and place it into your mod folder. And now we're ready to test out our skin. So make sure you go into your mod manager, and this is the KW900 test skin we just made, and make sure that you've activated it. Then fire your game up, and then we'll go into the truck, which in this case is the Kenworth 900. Go to truck browser, select the appropriate truck, the Kenworth 900. We'll go to paint, and we'll try to find our paint job. So let's see. Alright, here it is, custom metallic color. So we'll select it. Whoops, nope, that's the wrong one. Here it is, metallic test. There it is. Alright, so there's our skin. And notice these were the 3 settings that was in our SI file. So it comes in as kind of a goldish color. That's a pretty color. But as I said before, we want to be able to change these, so we can take our slider and we can make our own custom color. And there you have it. So our white stays consistent, and then the red, we can change it to any color we want. There's a blue, and if we want red, or we can make any other custom color. And then notice on the back here, here's our Kenworth decal, and because we put that white overlay on it, it appears as like a decal. Now one of the cool things is you can make this Kenworth black. You could have it change colors, or anything that's white up here, you could have it change colors with the color of your truck. Just like this, because this will just be absence of color. But anyway, that's a quick lesson on how to create a metallic skin and make part of it color changing. Now if you wanted this white to be a different color, you would have to do the same thing, but this would have to be changed on your DDS. So let me show you that real quick. So let's say that we wanted this to be black. Well, let's pick green, for instance. So if we go back to If we go back to our paint program, and this is our original paint program that we made. All right, and just hit undo and it'll put all your layers back after you save it. Just hit undo and it'll reset all your layers. So this white right here, if we wanted to say, let's change it to green, we click on the appropriate layer and let's change it to green. All right, so now we have the green background. And remember, in order to preserve this green, we have to put a white layer over it. And so to do that, our bitmap's going to pretty much stay the same. The only difference is we're going to preserve this green. So take this layer that has your secondary color on it and just duplicate it. So now you have two green layers. And then take this layer and make it white. So, we go up here to adjustments and we go to our hue saturation and we make it, white. All right, so this still is our bitmap layer. It has the white, but the only difference is when you save it as a DDS file, the DDS file has to show your green. So this will be our DDS file. So if we'll save that, save as, and go here to the DDS, and let's just call this KW900 test 2. Okay, so now that becomes our DDS file, and then for our bitmap file, you just add the white to it, and then the black, and make sure that you cover up the Kenworth. So you have to add the Kenworth white layer to it, and then we'll just save this again as our bitmap file. And we'll just call it KW900 test 2 bitmap. All right, and then we go into our Dxt Bitmap and we'll open up our test 2 DDS. We'll give some time to load up, and then we import our alpha channel. Just a warning that says it's going to replace it. So now we have our test 2 alpha channel, and now we will save that as a DDS texture. Make sure it says DDS DXT5. Save. All right, and then let's see. Let's go back to our pictures. See if I can find it. Here we go, and here's our test 2. And if we open this in Paint, you can see that the black is gone, and we preserved our green layer in our Kenworth decal. All right, so let's put that into our skin mod. So we'll copy that, And we'll go back into our skin mod, and we will just we'll just replace this skin here. So we'll just paste it, delete that one, and then just rename it to KW900 test. Then we'll just repackage the mod up. And then we will place it back into our mod folder. And now let's see what it looks like. So we'll start up American Truck Simulator. And since we've already activated a mod, we can just go straight into the game. We'll go to the truck browser, pick out the 900, and we'll go find our paint job, our metallic test. And there you have it. You have the green bottom with the gold. So if we want to, say, make it black, there you have it. So now we have the green. There's a little bit of mess up here, but that's what testing is for. So anyway, now you can see how you change colors, you can see that this gold is shining through the paint. I really like metallic paint jobs. And you can experiment. That has a little gold tint to it. Or we can add a little bit of green tint. There we go. Anyway, that's how you create a metallic paint job. So if you have any questions, please leave a comment below. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already done so. And if you'd like to see a video, just please let me know in the comments below. And we'll see you next time. Thank you.